Hi guys, welcome back. It's another video, another soul session with Abby. Today I'm doing a soul session, and like before, I'm going to give you like a opinion, something about myself, etc. revelation, and pair with it from one of my shoes that I own. And then in the future I'll be doing videos called shoe repair, where I take some of your feedback and comments and, you know, kind of see what I've learned from online. But today we are doing a soul session, so let's get into it. So for today's shoe, I have these wedges right here from Steve Madden. Now these are like nude wedges that I wear, and it really goes hand in hand with my video today, which is Auntie Confessions. So these are shoes I usually wear on Sundays to church, because a lot of my nude shoes are like single sole, strappy nude heels, and it's a little too va-va-voom for church in my opinion. For me, for church. So these are a little bit more toned down, and you know, Auntie has the aspects of like having that comfort combined with like the fashions, you know, trying to keep the heel, but at the same time still trying to be comfortable. So today at this video, I'm doing Auntie Confessions, and I have 12 confessions that make me a certified auntie, and I will be going through them. So let's get started. Confession numero uno. Back in the day when I was in middle school, we had iPods and shuffles, etc. I love auntie singers. I love Mary J. Blige, Keisha Coles, Tamar Braxton, Monica, who else is there? Jasmine Sullivan. I love your certified auntie singers that, you know, really give you the essence of R&B. I'm an R&B girl. When I had, you know, my shuffle on the bus and, you know, someone wanted to share my headphones, I'd give them an ear. I'd be like, please play Soulja Boy, please play Soulja Boy, skip, 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 skip. Until we found a song that was a little bit more age appropriate to my demo. Auntie Confession numero dos. Okay, so in college we kind of all have a budget. So Auntie Confessions number 2 is I own a dress from Ny&company or ny&company, and I'm not proud of it, but you know that site's a certified auntie site. So I would buy like dresses and stuff from there to interview with when I was interviewing as a college student, and then I would have the dress. I couldn't afford dry cleaning, of course, so I would put it in the wash on delicate, air dry that bad boy. Over time, like, the hem came undone. I was like, ugh. I anticipated this happening because, like, if you don't have money for like the garment that you need, then how would you have money for dry cleaning? And so that's Auntie Confessions number 2. If you ever go on the website, you'll see the reviews and like the people in the dresses and in the garments, and they're all aunties. So Auntie Confession number 3. When are you getting married? So I'm not someone to intrude on when anyone else is getting married or the timeline of anyone else's life, but I do love a good wedding. So when someone is getting married, I'm like, yeah, where are you getting married? It's never my place to, you know, to see when anyone's getting married. Everyone lives their own lifestyle, but I love a good wedding. So if you are getting married, invite me, please. Okay, Auntie Confession number 4. I am known to carry a big bag in the club. You can get your 2-step one. I be in the club like, watch out! My bag! Stop bumping into me. You just never know what you gonna need with a tote bag in the club. You know what a tote bag holds in the club? Please, let me show y'all. You in the club, you need something? Cardigan? Right here. I got y'all. First aid kit? I got y'all. Need something notarized? Got y'all. I got y'all. Auntie confession numero 5. My wig ain't always laid. Sometimes it's laid like an auntie. Sometimes it's sleep like an auntie. It's not every day. Wig laid. So that being said, not every day my wig is laid. Sometimes it's on snooze. Auntie confession number 6. And this is going to be the final one for today's video. For this little segment right here. Auntie confession number 6. I reuse my grease. Now if I'm frying something, which is really seldom because, you know, Shorty trying to keep her figure, I will reuse my grease. I will reuse the grease I cook with. Like if I'm making chicken tenders or sometimes frying potatoes, which really rarely happens, I will take my grease and put it in a separate container. Now, I need to talk to Angela from the Kitchenista or Jade of all Jades, Jade from her podcast, because I know there's levels to reusing grease, and to be honest, I don't know all the levels. What grease are we reusing? Are people reusing coconut oil? Or are we sticking with the vegetable oils, the canola oils, the olive oils? Are people actually deep frying olive oil? That'd be pricey. And here is the principles of reusing grease. You have to keep your savory grease with the savory foods. And you have to keep your, plain or sweet grease with plain / sweet grease foods. There's nothing worse, because I'm like a little bit of like I like some fried pastries, donuts, funnel cakes, beignets, puff puffs. And there's nothing worse than biting into something that's sweet and tasting that they're using dirty grease. We can taste the dirty grease. At the same time, conversely, dirty grease does work out really well in some capacities. I'm not sure what the levels of reusing grease are, but let me know. And how long can you reuse grease for? That's my auntie confession number 6. Okay, auntie confession number 7. Now this is just like an old lady in me, but I like my water now at room temperature. So I'm like, oh, do you have a bottled water? Can I have it at room temperature? I just noticed like when I was a kid, all my aunties like had their water at room temperature and drank water at room temperature. So that's something I've been doing recently. Auntie confession number 8. I like my dress lined. When I was a little girl living with my grandma, she would be like, oh, you want to slip under that? I was like, Grandma, I'm 8. But now I understand the essence of having a dress that's lined. A lot of these fast fashion brands, Fashion Nova, you guilty, they will only line something to like mid-thigh. Why? Just line it all the way, and it looks all funny because sometimes they'll be using like the sheer chiffon and then you can see the line. Line it all the way, line it all the way, line it all the way. Give me a dress lined. Auntie confession number 9. The OWN network was made for me. Greenleaf, Queen Sugar. Is HGTV an Auntie's channel? No, I don't think it. HGTV ain't really auntie yet. But Queen Sugar and Greenleaf are my shows, and those are certified auntie. But I usually watch them on like Netflix or Hulu when they come on. But tugging on your heartstrings, characters, trauma, black love, etc. So I love auntie shows. Actually, speaking of loving OWN, and since I'm like talking about auntie confessions, there's a show I would love to see on OWN. And it would be like a 30-minute comedy starring one of my favorite aunties, Jackie. And it would be like this really fun 30-minute comedy, and she would be one of the stars along with her daughter in the show. And the show would be about a mother and daughter dynamic and duo, taking the world. Jackie's character would be a bakery owner, and her bakery is failing, and her daughter and her reconnect after her daughter comes down to the South for a family funeral, and the daughter sees that like her mom's bakery isn't doing well, and the daughter is like 20 something college grad who works in like corporate America, really making it big time in some fancy smancy city. And so the daughter moves down, and it's the adventures of this mom and daughter restoring their family bakery and business and working together in a gentrifying neighborhood. And they go through like all these different ups and downs and toils and stuff. So it's a show I have for Jackie, and it's an idea I have. I actually have the first 9 episodes panned out. If there was ever a chance for me to talk about it or pitch it somewhere. But yeah, so hey Jackie, I would love to see you on OWN. Well, your House of Pain. House of Pain is on TBS or is it on OWN? I don't know, but yeah. You might be busy though with the reboot of Sister. No, I'm not Auntie Sister. Okay? So that's for you. And I already know in my head who I would want to play the daughter. Because I like Jackie's comedic timing. I think Sky Townsend does amazing work as well. I would love to see her, like, it'd be a duo of them too. So, and it'd be, well, that's like the kind of the idea. If I give any more of the idea, I can give any more of the idea. That's essentially it. It's not super complicated, but it's like a comedy, you know, levity. Sometimes everything seems so heavy. So we just maybe sometimes be sprinkle of like trauma, but like it's a comedy. So yeah, that's the show idea. This is number 10. This is this might not be an Auntie Confessions, but it's gonna be an Auntie Confessions regardless. Number 10. I like a muumuu. I like to come home. I don't wear my outside clothes inside. So right when I get home, I change into my house clothes, my lounge clothes. I love a long flowy maxi dress with a long kind of baggy kimono or shawl. Give me something flowy, baggy. I even have like a turban on right now. So certified auntie right there. Auntie Confession number 11. I'm starting to lean more towards gold as opposed to silver. So gold is greater than silver. And usually I love silver because I feel like silver is a little bit more neutral. But given my skin tone and me, you know, blossoming to this auntie, I'm leaning more towards gold. So those are things that are changing with me and being an auntie. Honorable mentions, Aunty Cereals. Another honorable mention, Essence Fest. And the final honorable mention, High Low Fashions. You know you've seen them? Auntie Confession number 9. You at the store. You head to the register. The woman says, $34.95. You grab your purse. Of course, your purse is, you know, too big. And you start looking. And you start looking. And you're looking for this. I will not purchase anything from Bed Bath & Beyond without my coupon. Now, I would be pinnacle auntie if I let other people wait in line and just kept digging through my purse. But I haven't reached the zenith of my auntiness, so I always look back. I'm sorry to make you wait. Sorry, everybody. Until I find one of these bad boys. Now, I'm blossoming into an auntie. I'm not full auntie yet because a full auntie is unapologetic. And I think that's what I love most about auntiness. It's the confidence that these women have developed over time, and it's kind of an attitude, it's an energy, it's all in good fun. So those are my 12 auntie confessions, 6 for the first video, 6 for the second video. And yes, that is everything. I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, and leave feedback in the comments on what you think and how I can improve. What auntie confessions do you have? Yeah, that's essentially it. Thank you for watching today's video.